Have you ever scrolled through Instagram, seeing endless photos of your friends holding keys to their new homes, and felt that pang of societal pressure, like buying a house is the be-all and end-all of making it? Look, we're bombarded with this image of the American dream, the white picket fence, the sprawling lawn, but is that really the key to financial freedom, or just an outdated expectation? For decades, owning a home has been considered the ultimate symbol of success. But times are changing. We're living in a different world now, one with remote work, rising housing costs, and more people prioritizing experiences over material possessions. So, is buying really the best move, or could renting actually be the smarter, more financially savvy option for you? In this video, we're diving deep into the renting versus buying debate. We'll break down the pros and cons of each, analyze the financial implications, and help you figure out the absolute best choice for your unique situation. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Let's be real. We've all been conditioned to think that buying a home is the ultimate goal. It's the American dream, right? You work hard, save up, buy a house, and boom, you've made it. But is that still true today? Or is it just an outdated concept that's been passed down for generations? Think about it. Society loves to put things in neat little boxes. Get married by this age, have kids by that age, buy a house by this age. But life isn't a checklist, and your worth isn't tied to a mortgage payment. Owning a home can be great, but it's not the only path to financial security or happiness. In fact, for many people, it can actually be a financial burden that holds them back from pursuing their true passions. The truth is, the world has changed. We're more mobile than ever, with remote work and global opportunities becoming increasingly common. Does it really make sense to be tied down to a 30-year mortgage when your dream job might be on the other side of the world in a year? Plus, let's not forget about the ever-increasing cost of living. In many cities, housing prices are skyrocketing, making it nearly impossible for young people to afford a down payment, let alone all the hidden costs of homeownership. So, before you buy into the societal pressure of owning a home, take a step back and ask yourself, does this actually align with my goals and values? Or am I just trying to fit into a mold that no longer serves me? Okay, let's be fair and balanced here. While buying a home isn't the end-all, be-all it's often made out to be, there are definitely some solid advantages to consider. First off, building equity. When you rent, you're essentially paying off someone else's mortgage. But when you buy, you're putting your money towards an asset that you own. Every mortgage payment you make chips away at your principal, increasing your equity and building long-term wealth. Second, stability and freedom. Look, I get it. Renting has its perks. But let's be honest, nothing beats the feeling of owning your own space. You can paint the walls whatever color you want, renovate the kitchen, even build that backyard treehouse you've always dreamed of, all without asking your landlord for permission. Third, potential tax benefits. Now this one depends on where you live and your individual financial situation. But in many cases, homeowners can deduct mortgage interest and property taxes on their federal income taxes, which can save you some serious cash come tax season. And finally, long-term investment. Historically, real estate has generally appreciated in value over time. While there are never any guarantees, owning a home can be a smart way to hedge against inflation and build wealth for the future. Plus, it's a tangible asset you can leverage down the line if needed. Now, before you rush out and put an offer on the first house you see, let's talk about the downsides of homeownership, because trust me, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. First and foremost, the upfront costs. Buying a home requires a hefty chunk of change upfront. We're talking down payment, closing costs, appraisal fees, inspection fees, the list goes on and on. These costs can easily add up to tens of thousands of dollars, which can be a major barrier to entry for many people. Second, maintenance and repairs. Remember that leaky faucet your landlord always forgot to fix? Well, when you're the homeowner, you're the landlord. And those unexpected repairs can get expensive, fast. From leaky roofs to busted water heaters, be prepared to shell out some serious cash to keep your home in tip-top shape. Third, less flexibility. Buying a home is a long-term commitment. If you're someone who thrives on change and loves to move every few years, owning a home might not be the best fit. Selling a property takes time, effort, and money, and you're at the mercy of the market. And finally, market risks. While real estate has historically appreciated in value, there are never any guarantees. The market can fluctuate, and if the housing market takes a downturn, you could end up underwater on your mortgage, meaning you owe more than your home is worth. Alright, now that we've covered the roller coaster that is home ownership, let's talk about renting. Because contrary to popular belief, renting isn't just for college students and 20-somethings, it can actually be a smart financial move for people at all stages of life. First up, lower upfront costs. One of the biggest advantages of renting is the lower barrier to entry. Instead of needing a massive down payment, you typically just need first and last month's rent plus a security deposit. This frees up your cash flow for other investments or goals. Second, flexibility. Renting offers unparalleled flexibility. Want to move across town? No problem. Found your dream job in another state? Pack your bags. With renting, you're not tied down to a property, giving you the freedom to go wherever life takes you. Third, no maintenance worries. Remember all those pesky repairs we talked about earlier? Well, when you rent, those are your landlord's problem, not yours. Clogged drain? Call the landlord. Broken appliance? Call the landlord. It's like having a built-in handyman, hopefully a responsive one. And finally, predictable expenses. Rent payments are typically fixed for the duration of your lease, making it easier to budget and plan your finances. You don't have to worry about unexpected repairs or fluctuating property taxes throwing off your carefully crafted budget. Now, before you swear off home ownership forever and embrace the renter's life, let's talk about the downsides of renting. Because just like anything else, renting has its drawbacks too. First and foremost, no equity building. This is the big one. When you rent, you're essentially paying off someone else's mortgage instead of building equity in your own asset. Those monthly rent payments are gone forever, with nothing to show for them except a roof over your head. Second, limited control. Want to repaint the kitchen cabinets a trendy new color? Or finally rip out that hideous carpet and install hardwood floors? Well, when you're renting, you're at the mercy of your landlord's tastes and budget. You might be stuck with avocado green appliances and shag carpeting no matter how much you despise them. Third, rent increases. While rent payments are generally predictable in the short term, there's always the risk of rent increases when your lease is up. Your landlord could decide to raise the rent, leaving you scrambling to find extra cash or facing the hassle of moving. And finally, less stability. When you rent, you're essentially living in someone else's investment property. If your landlord decides to sell the property or move back in, you could be forced to find a new place to live, even if you love your current apartment. So, we've covered the pros and cons of both renting and buying. Now the million-dollar question, what's the right choice for? Well, the truth is there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best option depends on your individual circumstances, financial situation, and long-term goals. Are you someone who values stability and wants to put down roots in a community? Or do you crave flexibility and the freedom to move on a whim? Do you have a stable income and a healthy down payment saved up? Or are you still working on building your financial foundation? Take some time to really think about your priorities and what matters most to you. Don't let societal pressure or outdated expectations dictate your decision. This is life, money, and future. If you're still feeling stuck, here are a few questions to ask yourself. How long do I plan to live in one place? What are my financial goals? How important is homeownership to me personally? Am I comfortable taking on the responsibilities of homeownership? Can I comfortably afford the costs associated with both buying and renting? Answering these questions honestly will give you a clearer picture of which path is right for you. At the end of the day, the decision of whether to rent or buy is a deeply personal one. There's no right or wrong answer, only what's right for. Don't let anyone tell you that to buy a house to be successful or that renting is a waste of money. The truth is, both options have their pros and cons, and the best choice is the one that aligns with your individual goals and values. So whether you decide to plant your roots and buy a house or embrace the freedom of renting, make sure it's a decision that empowers you to live your best life. So, are you team rent or team buy? Let me know down in the comments below. And hey, while you're there, tell me about your biggest financial goals. Are you saving for a down payment, trying to pay off debt, investing for early retirement? If you found this video helpful, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more personal finance tips and tricks. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself.